everyone. Welcome to Time for Tea, where we are teaching, empowering, and applying. I'm Tekoa.
And I'm the Sarah.
And today we are talking about why people make excuses. So let's get into what it means to make an excuse.
Okay.
So the definition of excuse is an explanation offered as a reason for being excused. It's an offer of an apology or a reason for justification of why you're doing something. So if you are justifying any behavior of yours, then you're making an excuse, especially if it's something that you can be honest with yourself and know you can do better with, know you can change. Is your boss like, why are you always late? And oh, it's because of all of those, because of blah 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 blah. They're excuses.
Okay.
There are you trying to justify why you do what you do, and so you're excusing that behavior through justifying. Okay.
Alrighty. And as we were studying this particular topic, what I found out is that an excuse is a habit and a behavior. So then the other day I was sitting eating dinner. Get this, you all. I'm eating dinner and I'm thinking about this topic. I'm eating it and I'm chewing the cob. Guess what? At the beginning of the time, when Adam was out, he was the first person that made an excuse. When he ate,
The woman?
No, Adam, because God came to Adam. He said, Adam, why are you hiding? He said, because that woman you gave me.
I don't think that was an excuse. I think she set him up.
So I had to think back
First excuse.
and realize that excuse came from the beginning of time by Father Adam not owning up to his responsibility and his downfall and blaming Eve.
Yeah, so let's get into, because that's like the ultimate reason why anybody would make an excuse. So why do we make excuses? In that situation, like, Adam didn't want to get in trouble.
That's why we make it. You know, what I found
I don't
out
want to get in trouble.
is making excuse helps one, we don't want to feel like a failure. The next one is we're trying to protect ourselves from self-esteem. We're trying to protect ourselves from having low self-esteem. So our mind is trying to protect us, and no one wants to feel bad. Our mind does not want us to feel bad about
Almost
our
from like
actions.
self-ridicule, right?
Yes.
Because we make excuses for ourselves.
We
sometimes.
do.
We don't even
We do.
have to have anybody else blaming us for anything, but we'll excuse ourselves.
We'll
from
excuse
things.
ourselves. We'll make excuse for ourselves. So that's one of the things. And university studies shows that failure is one of the most common reason for human excuses. So failure, when they did research, is one of the highest, is one of the most common.
The fear?
The fear.
Okay.
The fear of failure. Because
So
again,
you
we're
don't
dealing
even
with
start because you're scared of what might happen.
not even start. We make excuses on things because the fear, yes, the fear of what happened, the fear of feeling like we're less than, which is an ego thing, you know. So it's an ego, just letting y'all know.
Yeah, for sure. And I know I don't want to say it's a man thing, but I know for me in particular with dealing with men, I had a lot of men have like pride issues when something's kind of wrong. Is that you too?
Yeah, we.
Oh, okay, so it's not
ego.
It's just an ego thing.
It's human
Yeah, like,
nature.
why
ego.
did you do such and such? Because blah blah blah. Instead of just owning up and saying, I knew better, but I didn't do better. And I think one of the things that can change your life for certain is if you know better, do better. It's don't make excuses for it. Don't do this. Whatever it is in life. If it's something that's reoccurring and it's like, why is this still happening? And it's probably because you didn't change and do something different.
And it's truly being authentic, and I had to find that out in life as I got older and growing and learning. Me is it's hard, but it's embracing owning your shortcoming. It's really owning all of you. And there's times that I have to tell, even at my work, I had to say it was me. I did it, because I had to be true to myself, And was it easy? No, because you're fighting against you. Your body, your mind wants to protect you, even if it's your fault. Okay. So we make excuses to cover up, like I said, our failure and our true weaknesses, okay? And excuse is a form of a defense mechanism.
Yes.
So again, all of that, we're doing it not because a lot of us want to, but we're doing it because we're trying to protect us, even to our own detriment.
And the brain, like, I don't know if you guys have been around little kids, even as small as like 2 or 3, like once they start talking, they start, I don't want to say lying, but they do start like
making
making
excuses.
Instantly, like, what happened? Why did you hit so-and-so? Oh, this person hit them. But I literally seen you put your hands on the person, you know, why'd you eat all of this? So-and-so ate it, but they ate it. You can see it all around their mouth, you know. So it's literally like, as soon as the prefrontal cortex is starting to even grow, your brain is like, you know what, let's just protect ourselves and lie. Let's make an excuse.
Yeah, it's self-esteem and failure. So
yeah,
you're trying
it
to protect
alleviates the
themselves.
blame off of yourself. You're not as responsible as you initially, you know, would be if you just took blame for everything. If someone's like, why'd you you know, ruin the business or something like that? Oh, it was an accident. I was working with 3 other people and they didn't know what they were doing. And so, yeah, the business is still ruined, but I don't feel as bad because I spread the blame a little bit. You know, I made some excuses and now it kind of makes me feel better about myself and who I am.
And I was reading that making excuses actually is helpful for the person. Because what you're trying to do is protect
your self-esteem.
Building your self-esteem.
Well,
and that's crazy. I'm like, wow. Because what happens is if we keep beating on ourselves, what do? We feel down, we feel depressed, we feel defeated. So I was like, that's crazy.
Okay, but now, if you keep making excuses for yourself, would that lead to an inflated high self-esteem? Like, you have an inflated self-esteem about yourself because you don't take the blame for everything.
You don't take the blame for everything.
You think you're always right. It looks as though you're always right because you're perfect at, you know, like I said,
in your own mind,
maneuvering situations to make you feel blameless. So would that give you like an inflated inflated self-esteem or self-worth? You just feel like you're the best.
Like you're the best
because you just never really get held accountable for anything.
Correct. Something to think about.
Yeah.
Something to make you go,
And I for one hate people who are always finger pointing, never taking responsibility. Like anything that happens is always everyone else and not you. And you know, the world is against you, and those are literally excuses. Like I talk to people who are, and we know this, you know, in careers for years and years and years and years and years, and they just so mad at the world, and it's like, you know, well, you could leave. You know, I could leave, but as soon as you say but in anything, you need to start questioning your buts. You question your butt. Because as soon as I could, but, I should, but, I would, but, now, whatever you put after that but is literally holding you back from the whatever you're trying to be, who you're trying to be, the situation you're trying to have. You know, that fear, that but, it's really worthless. Because as soon as you say but, whatever that is should never have that much power that you're not making decisions that you know you're supposed to make. I would say, if you know better, do better.
If you know better, do better.
Yeah, and a lot of us know better, but we don't do better because we put that but.
And it's easy to put that but because, again, it's a behavior and a habit. And habits are hard to break. You know, it becomes natural.
Yes.
You're not even thinking about it. It just comes. You know what I'm saying?
The brain just immediately goes to the but because it's so much easier than not doing that and actually trying to change and figure out what it is.
Looking at that man in that mirror.
And this is what I want to get down to is, okay, so why do we make excuses? It's fear-based, defense mechanism, things of that nature. But once we know why we're making excuses, like how do we break it? How do we get past that? And I think that should be a main focus.
Good.
Main focus, yeah, because we'll make excuses all day, and all of us do it. But how do we get past that? Like, what's next after you do your butt?
So we have 13 steps to stop making excuses. Let's go.
Let's get it.
Okay. Stop comparing yourself to others. Okay, because remember, self-confidence, self-esteem. When we start comparing ourselves to others, then we start literally belittling ourselves, bringing ourselves down, letting us look less than. Look at the high qualities. Look at the things that you do have and not look at somebody else, because guess what? That other person you're looking at have the same low self-esteem, low self-worth too. They might see something different that they don't see. So it's not true. It's you're making that up in your mind, okay? So
Yeah.
just take pride in yourself.
I had two things. One thing, comparison is a thief of joy. We talked about that here before. Whatever you're comparing yourself to, you'll never be that because it's not who you're meant to be.
Correct.
It's a thief. Comparison is the thief of joy.
The thief
So
of
it'll
joy.
make you unhappy and lead you to depression trying to be someone you're not. Second thing I just noticed is we constantly compare ourselves. Comparison can be done to something better or something worse. Why are we always comparing ourselves to things that are better instead of things that are worse so that we feel better? It boosts our self-esteem. We're always comparing ourselves to things that we'll probably never obtain. Like, I want to be Jeff Bezos. I want to be a billionaire. Okay, that's fine, but at least you're not homeless.
Yep, amen.
You know, start comparing yourself to things that are less as well as better. So that way you have that balance. You know, and
That's good.
And that's another thing with making excuses. Compare yourself to people who are better and realize what they're doing to be better so that way you can do it. They have the formula and you can have it just as well and do it and not make excuses. So go to the next one.
Okay. Stop fearing the unknown. This is something that we all go through through life. It's not knowing what's on that other side. And one of the things we make excuses because we don't know. Well, we're not going to know, and we're going to continue to be where we're at if we don't make that shift to go to the next level, to try something new, to try something different. There's better on the other side of that door. You just need to open it up and try it, even through fear. Go through the door, okay? Stop blaming others. Now we do that. We were just talking about that. Finding, not boom.
I wish my husband would.
Boom. Boom. Just that.
Rat me out to God.
He rat. He threw her right under the
Real
bus.
quick too. First thing that
over.
came out his mouth.
That woman you gave me. So just letting you know. Take responsibility of all your action. Accountability is important, guys. Okay? So take responsibility of your actions.
That goes back to Adam. Like, the first thing he did was deflect. Not on just one person, on everybody else around him. Everybody else. That woman you gave me, I'm not responsible for any of that. Talk to that woman and talk to yourself. Because I ain't had nothing to do with it. I'm innocent. And that's how we do. Ain't that how we do?
That's how we
Ain't that how we
do.
do? It ain't my fault. It's your fault.
Yeah, so definitely take ownership. Take action every day. Part of taking action is taking risks. So take action every day. That's one of making it part of overcoming excuses. Take some action. Do that scary thing. Go forward. Now, we said this in a lot of things. When we're dealing with applying things, it's almost the basic same steps in everything. Set small and attainable goals. Okay. You're not going to overcome this overnight. This is something that you were born into. Like, this is something just natural in our whole body at this point.
Like I said, the baby's doing it.
Yeah. So, take action and hold yourself accountable and be authentic. Learn from your mistakes. Come on, guys. You can't grow if you don't learn from what you've done in the past. So
some people don't even claim they make mistakes. So
own up that.
start to own up to your mistakes,
Okay.
and then start to learn from them.
Yeah,
First,
learn
you gotta
from
make sure you're making mistakes. We all do it every day. It's something we can all improve upon.
Every day.
Yep, start to be aware.
Okay. Don't focus on your weakness. And we just talked about that.
Comparison.
Comparison. Don't focus on your weakness. Look at the little things that you're good at and enjoy and be grateful for that. Gratitude gives you a better attitude, okay?
Attitude's the best attitude. That's the next one.
Boom. We just did that one. Change your attitude. Believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. Learn to believe in you. Affirming, be confident in who you are. Even in your weakness, you're still great, okay? Even in your shortcoming, you're still great. Visualize your success. So if you're trying to go towards something and it seems overwhelming, you're making an excuse to go, visualize that thing. Close your eyes, meditate, see it, feel it, smell it. Actually feel like you have already accomplished and have it, okay? Get in that mindset of visualizing.
Meditating on it.
Yep, it works.
Yeah.
Remember, it's okay. You're not, that it's okay that you're not perfect. And I am a person that, is a perfectionist. So just know you're not perfect. You're going to make mistakes and release yourself from making mistakes, okay? You're human. The last one. Know you can change your excuse habit. So recognize, like you said, that this is a habit and you have the ability to change it. You have to first realize and then step by step change it.
And did we do something on accountability?
I think we did.
I don't know. We did some accountability. Check that out. But definitely hold yourself accountable. We can lie to everyone else in the world, but let's stop lying to ourselves, okay? You can lie to everyone else, but stop lying to yourself. Only you know what you're capable of and what you're not. Only you know the dreams that are sitting in your heart and in your mind. Only you know what you want to do. Like, I want to wake up and I want to work out, but you never do it. Wake up and work out. Take those small, actionable steps that'll lead to that big goal, but you have to do something. Continuously making excuses isn't going to lead anywhere, but it's just going to be a repetitive life. And in that never-ending cycle, that hamster on the wheel, and we don't want that for you.
No.
We don't want it. So if there is something that's on your heart, and this isn't for you guys, this is for me too. When my mom was like, let's do a episode on excuses, I was like, she always get me. I love procrastinating. Like, if there's no deadline or time on it, honey.
And that's why I try to put deadlines on her.
You gotta put a deadline on it. Y'all better send me a message with a deadline to Tekoa. Message me back tonight before April. Like, you have to put a deadline on it, or else it just won't get done, because I just have so many things I'm focused on.
Yeah.
So, I will make excuses. That didn't get done because I'm working on blah, blah, blah. But in all actuality, we have total control.
We do.
Total control. Think of all the amazing people that we know and we love in TV and production and media and just business, corporate world. What if they just made excuses?
We wouldn't be where we're at right now.
Come on, Amazon. I love Amazon. Amazon come knocking on my door, and it's the greatest. It's just like, whoa, Amazon is here. I wouldn't have no Amazon. I had to wait for UPS and FedEx. I don't like them.
You stupid.
When my package come in 12 days? No, y'all, Amazon.
Next day
that
delivery.
The next day. Oh, that is so good. So that's what happens when you don't make excuses. When you act in your passion, when you believe in yourself, you act on your whatever dream it is that's sitting on your heart that I know is sitting there and I know is there. Yeah. When you stop making excuses and you finally act, the action of acting on things is it's amazing. And the benefits that come from that, once you finally put things into work and you start to work on things and develop yourself and get consistent and change your habits, whether it is making excuses, procrastinating, delaying things, not being authentic to yourself and real to your true power and yourself, then all of those things, once you start to shift, it's just so beneficial. And it's just so beneficial. And most of that starts when you stop making excuses.
Hey.
That's it.
Boom.
All of this, everything is on the other side of excuses.
Everything's on the other side.
As soon as you don't do it,
like
no more buts.
Boom. Bam.
No more buts, okay? So as soon as I could, but, don't do that no more.
Come on now.
Don't do that no more. Don't do that. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. As soon as I could, I should, I would, but you need to stop and say, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this before the week is out. I should do blah, blah, blah. I'm going to make sure this happens before Thursday. You put a date on it. I'm going to make sure this happens before the end of the month. And like we talk about all the time. And being life coaches, we know the importance of having somebody to hold you accountable.
Yeah.
I can hold me accountable all day. And this is how I go. Hey, Tekoa, you supposed to do so-and-so. So? What you going to do about it? What you about to do about it? Not a daggone thing. So I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. So, yeah, you have to have an outer accountability partner. You have to have a source. If we didn't have each other, this podcast wouldn't be what it is today. Correct. You guys wouldn't have the content you have today. But because we can hold each other accountable, we can work with each other, we have a partnership that works well, you guys get good content consistently. So you have to have somebody holding you accountable who can come back and say, hey. Remember what you're supposed to remember.
Get your life together.
And we talked about this before. I love Rafiki in The Lion King. Simba's making excuses. I can't go back. My dad died. I'm not who I used to be.
Didn't he hit him in the
I don't even know. He did. He hit him with the stick. He said, wow. Remember who you are. And that was just like that. was like the most detrimental point in that movie for me, because it was just so important to remember who you are. And we get so into the habit of making excuses that we forget
who we are.
I'm not good, I'm not strong, I'm not intelligent, I'm not rich, I'm not this, I'm not that. You're telling yourself everything you're not. You don't even know who you are anymore. You just got so busy into the habits of making excuses that you don't get into the habit of being physical and taking action on your goals. So good juice. Yeah, you got to remember who you are. If you need me to Rafiki you upside the head, say the word. And it's remember who you are. That was such a good moment. A little bit of abuse, ain't nothing wrong with that. And not too sensitive.
No. We
ain't doing that. We're going to cut that one out?
Yeah, we're going to cut that one out.
No, we're going to leave that in there. Ain't nothing wrong. Sometimes you got to go upside people's head. I know y'all. I just want to tell y'all some truths. But it was a person I saw the other day. And I was like, you know what? Their whole life probably changed if I just... If they was like, I want to do such and such, but remember who you are. Just snacks and sex and time. I don't know. I'm not gonna try it. Y'all try it. Leave it in the comment. Let me know if it worked. You know, my friend was tripping. He was making all these excuses, and I gave him a good 1-2. Now he's making millions. Might be what I need. No. Nice Rafiki moment. Nice Rafiki moment. But it comes down to the truth of you have to remember who you are. You have to have an accountability partner like Rafiki who might not lay hands on you, but they might, if they need to, go upside your head and say, remember who you are.
Words is powerful.
Our sticks. Words are sticks, you know. So, but you have to have that system that loves you, and that's an important thing too when we talk about making excuses. Like, don't have a system of enablers, yo. Don't have when I make an excuse, I would, but I'm so tired, and they're like, girl, go sleep. You can sleep for 13 hours. You can sleep for 4 more. No, I don't have enablers. I would go and read a book, but I just want to go get drunk. And then all your friends, yeah, let's go do that.
That ain't taking away.
I would go back to school, but school is so hard. Girl, ain't it though? Don't do that. Like, we got to be mindful of what the people around us are saying.
And
because it might...
What life they living.
And what... That's a story for another day. But if you living around a whole bunch of people who make excuses every day, then you need to take note of that, because they're not going to go nowhere. Okay, I'm just going to say that, because they're not watching this podcast, so they're not going to be enlightened, and they're not going to move and do nothing with their lives. Correct. So if you want to do something with your life, be mindful of who you're around. If you're around a bunch of people making excuses, change your circle, first and foremost. Further for the flock together. If you're around people who don't hold you accountable and they enable you to continue making excuses and be less than who you're supposed to be, change your circle. Know who you are. And I'm just going to say, know who you are. Know who you are. And a lot of us do, and we'll be in situations, we'll be with the pigs in the mud.
And a lot of us don't.
And we're looking around, and a lot of us don't. That's
why
a lot of us don't know our worth.
And that's why we're with the pig in the mud.
A lot of us don't know our worth. And then one day it's just like, you know what? This stink. I think I'm
better than this.
And you know what's crazy? Most of the time, sometimes it comes from you. Sometimes someone will be like, I'm better than this. This don't fit me. But sometimes someone outside of you will come and see the light in you that you didn't see, and they'll speak that in you. They'll speak life into you.
And then your mind starts changing. You start thinking.
And that's the seed, and just instant growth. And then you start thinking, now you get bougie. I don't want to hang out with these people, because somebody just put a word in your ear that said with you truth. It's truth. That's what it is. Somebody put the truth in your ear and told you that you're an eagle in a chicken coop, baby, and you gotta fly. But because you've been sitting here making excuses, because then what happens is you get the truth and you know you're worth more than where you are and what you're doing and who you with. But now it's what? I could, but I should, but everybody else still here. Everybody else doing it. I don't even know how to be better. I don't even know the first step. Fear is holding you back. Complacency is holding you back. Wanting to be around your no good friends is holding you back. You know, you in your comfort zone is holding you back. And as long as you're in the habit of making excuses, what's the opposite? What we're gonna say the opposite of making excuses is? Just living with your truth. The opposite of making excuses is living with your truth. And riding with it.
And some of your truth stinks.
Yeah, living with your truth. That's the opposite of making. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, when you're making excuses, you have to realize you're making excuses because there's something bad Most of the time we don't make excuses for good.
Mm-hmm.
I can't think of a time when I was like, I'm making an excuse for something good. Most of the time, if you're making excuses, it's something negative. It's something that you could be doing better. Or sometimes we make excuses for other people.
Mm-hmm.
Other people. Yeah, you beating your girl every day, but it's cool because, you had a bad childhood. Shut up. Shut up. The excuses have to stop. Like, when are we going to start making progress? When are we going to start making change? And it never happens because we're in the habit of making excuses. We make excuses for ourselves. We make excuses for each other. We make excuses for the world we live in. We make excuses for our jobs. We make excuses for our children, for our parents. We make excuses for everything and everybody. And until we stop and take accountability for our actions and the actions of others. Because like I said, your friend, you could be making excuses for your friend, enabling. Don't do that. Yeah. Don't do that. We're not going to grow. We're not going to be a better people if we keep making excuses and enabling each other. You know what I'm saying? It's truth, your truth. And whatever that truth is, sit with it. Mm-hmm. Write it down. Get it. Don't make excuses. Get that truth. Get that truth. Because what's the first thing we do when something hits the fan? We get those excuses. We harden them excuses. We can make an excuse. I know people that will call a friend, hey, tell so-and-so I did this when I call you in 3 minutes. Mm-hmm. You're going to find an excuse, and you're going to find somebody to ride with your excuse, too. You're going to find some examples. You're going to find some evidence to back up that excuse you made. Yeah. But when it comes to our truth, we want to run from it. We don't want to touch it. We don't want to sit with it. We don't want to deal with it. We want to shoulda, woulda, coulda, but all day and for the rest of our lives. Yeah. Some of us have been living with our truths for decades. Yep. Sit with it. I know this is who I am. I know this is what I'm supposed to be. I know this is how I'm supposed to live. But that's where you mess up. As soon as you put in that but, you mess up. And I want to switch it. I want to switch another word, but I can't think of it now. But I'm going to think about that, and I'm going to work on that. I should be, but no buts, but something else instead of a but. I will. I should be, and I will. I could be, and I can. I should be, and I will. So yeah, start to change the way you say it. When you feel that but coming in to give you that, because that but, you feel that but, it's a pause. Mm-hmm. It's a period in a statement. Now your mind is thinking. Now your brain is thinking. Focused on the after. And remember, your brain is also there to protect you. So remember, your mind is there to stop you from the unknown. So that but is there because your mind is saying, we don't know what we're coming up against. We don't want to hurt ourselves. We don't want low self-esteem. So that thing is preventing us from going forward. Yeah, forward. Gotcha. So, no buts. Ifs and ands, no buts. I could if. I would and I will. But no buts. Ifs and ands. I would if. I would work out if I woke up earlier. Now what? Wake up early. That's it. If I say I would work out, but I don't wake up earlier, that's making an excuse. Now I'm like, okay, I don't wake up early enough. Mm-hmm. No, I would work out if I woke up earlier. So now I have what I want to do and how I would accomplish that thing. If I do what I need to do. Correct. So if holds you accountable. But does not. But pushes it. If holds you accountable, but puts blame, but this, blame it on that, but this, but this, but that, but this, but he, but her, but them, but me. If I would, if I can, if. So let's switch it to if. If instead of saying but, say if, and then that gives you some type of accountability because now it's something that you could do. It's a possibility there, if only you get your life in order. So that was for me, not y'all. If only I get my life in order. She had a moment of her own. Somebody hit me with the Rafiki stick. Right there. That was the head. So I think this was definitely wonderful. I don't know for you guys, but I definitely need to hear this because there's so many things, so many projects I've been sleeping on. I don't have time, but I can if I make the time. I can if I put my mind to it. I can if I commit to these things. So I think this was wonderful. I definitely needed it, and I am so happy we had it. now. Sometimes I'm like, oh, this sucks. I'm so sad. But I'm genuinely happy. I'm energized. I feel like I'm in a good place, and I'm ready to make some things happen. I'm ready to stop the excuse habit and move into who I'm supposed to be, my authentic true self.
Yeah, amen.
There we go.
Amen.
All right, you got anything to add?
No, that's it. I appreciate
That's
y'all.
it. That's good on time.
Enjoy. Have a blessed day. Thank you all.
And we'll see you next time.